Alrighty, so it took me about, I don't know, 10 minutes to figure out that I was starting a recording without actually recording. I hate when
Your
that
shadow
happens.
mirrors someone to me. One who is long
So-
since gone.
I'm with Ciri on day 4. We're going to talk to Zora, though, because I saved her in my previous video with Ciri, and she's got a new dialogue. How does it feel to be back home?
Sometimes I think of
Does
those
the
I've
song look
lost.
different at all to you?
No. It will be when I kill everyone now. Maybe since you were last here.
How odd. I spent nearly
I just
all
want to
my
drink
life
some
in
mead.
Hollywood, and nothing
How about
ever
you?
changed. But I guess everything looks bigger when you aren't looking for bars. I hope at least Stomp is out and about. That dog is my favorite person here.
Okay, so today's goal, where are they? There they are. Is we're just doing some basic quests with Ciri and just seeing where it takes us.
Cuts?
She has some more dialogue, but not much. So I'm going to see what happens when we put another day or so into it to see if more of her dialogue opens up. And we're going to do just a quick bounty quest, which should be good enough for the time being.
From the
Cool. Alright.
You've done well.
Get her!
I heard something.
Yeah!
I swear I'll kill you.
You're no match for me!
Ha!
Thanks, are you?
Okay.
Don't... What's on your mind?
More bandits in the lab.
Uh-oh. Got somebody coming.
This is where this kingdom happens. The floor might be a little slippery.
Let's dance!
This guy is kicking the crap out of everyone.
Hey, watch it! Watch it! Kill him. Talks to me. Don't hurt me. You win.
Oh, wow. I never knew you could do that. Okay.
Are you secretly looking at me?
As if Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders. You've done well. Thank you. Here. This is for you. Thanks.
Get ready for some
Couldn't
rest.
have done it without you. That's it. I'm placing you under arrest. You're going to rot in the Dragon's Reach dungeon.
This can't be happening.
So we did another day, did another quest to see if Ciri
Before I
has...
travelled with you,
has
did you feel
anything-
lonely at night? Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's just focus on what we're doing. Okay?
Still nothing with that.
What are you thinking about? Uh-huh.
Should be
What do you want to
another
talk about?
dialogue.
Okay. What do you want to know about?
About training to become a
You're
witcher.
getting more and more interested in things in my world, aren't you? Witches of all schools are trained differently and use different mutation potions. There are a total of 3 phases to the Wolf School trials. The choice is the first of 3 trials that a young apprentice must go through to become a witcher. They had to keep up grueling training and dieting for long periods of time, and taking special herbs non-stop. Most young apprentices fail this trial. They either die of heart or liver failure, or lose their sanity. Those who survive this trial will enter the Trial of the Grasses. In this trial, their bodies will undergo a true transformation. The Trial of the Grasses lasts about 7 days, and the survival rate is usually only 3 out of 10. Even in Kaer Morhen, it is only 40%. After this, young apprentice witches must undergo a mutation before they can be considered to have truly completed this trial. And the trial of the dreams is the final trial before becoming a real Witcher. Building on the physical mutations of the trial of the grasses, the Witcher gains further changes at this stage. In addition to mutations involving bone marrow and hormones, eye mutations also enhance the ability to see in the dark. This will grant the Witcher many physical advantages. However, fertility is lost in the process. But the Witcher in Kaer Morhen will finally go through a real test. The Trial of the Mountains. This is the final qualifying test. This trial is actually an exam for the Witcher, and its main purpose is to make sure that the tested person still remembers what they have learned before the Trial of the Grasses. As for me, I've never actually been through these trials officially. Geralt wouldn't let me take the risk. After all, training a Witcher is extremely complex, and often accompanied by brutal sacrifices. Nowadays, people have long since stopped training Witchers.
So she gives you a history of the Witchers, which I guess is
You're
pretty
always
cool.
so quiet.
Okay.
Huh? Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about?
Let's get through these and see what happens. And see if she'll tell me about herself.
Yes? What do you want to know? In fact, South and North is just an acronym. The land I came from, our people call it the continent. And it comprises of northern and eastern lands, the Nilfgaardian Empire, and the far north. Adjacent to it from the west are Skellige Isles, and from the south, the lands of Barca, Hannu, Ophir, and Zangvebar. In any case, after becoming the most powerful state in the south, the Nilfgaard Empire began trying to expand its territory and conquer the northern states. Nilfgaardian started the Northern Wars 3 times, and now it's the 3rd. At this time, Nilfgaardian invaded the north, conquering the kingdoms of Aden, Lyria, Rivia, and Temeria. When Nilfgaard approached Cadwyn, King of Redania invaded his neighbors and assumed control of the land. Instead of 2 weak enemies, Nilfgaard now was forced to face one large, powerful one. Although there have been localized skirmishes, the 2 countries have largely remained at an impasse. It's boring, right? Politics or something. I just hate the fucking war.
And she curses. I like it.
Do you want to keep looking at me like this? Or do you want to talk about something else? Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about? Yes? What do you want to know? It's an interdimensional cataclysm in my world, about 1500 years ago. Before it happened, the world was inhabited solely by non-human races. Elves, dwarves, and other beings now long forgotten. It is they who first built magnificent cities, gave birth to high culture, and made the first steps toward enlightenment. The conjunction of the spheres not only first introduced human beings to this world, but also brought potent magic. And bloodthirsty monsters to it as well. Creatures like ghouls, bruxae, and graviers infested more and more land, killing settlers and destroying everything in their path. And then, as the centuries passed, aggressive and adventurous humans gradually establishes a new order. Conquers ancient races, and learns to control magic and fight monsters. And that's why we witches were born. I'm here if you need. Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about?
I just noticed that she's not keeping her hairstyle when I change it. That I don't like.
Yes? What do you want to know? It's a castle. The birthplace of the Wolf School. And one of the places I lived as a child. The winters there are always so warm and nostalgic. Every winter, the surviving witches would return here one after another, and old Vesemir would light a warm fire. Everyone would sit around and talk about the year's work, the political situation, and what they had seen and heard. It is also where I learned all my witcher skills. But after Vesemir passing, it was no longer a home. Now that Uncle Esquire has taken over there. Yes? What do you want talking about? Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about? Okay, what do you want to know about? In the beginning, Witcher was seen as a great profession. So it was usually the sons of noble families and knights who were trained and experimented with. But later, because of the high death rate, the nobles had to stop. And the candidates for witches gradually went to the common people. Eventually, it became orphans or children who have lost their families, or the youngest sons of poor families who can't feed them, or the consequences of the witch's law of surprise. They often have tragic fates. After being lucky enough to survive to become witches, at least they have the ability to feed themselves.
Alright, one more dialogue option.
You will be I like the Nords. They are always upright and enthusiastic. Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about? Okay. What do you want to know about? People today tend to view Witcher as freaks, bogeymen, or alien. But at the time of its birth, Witcher was a respected profession. Due to the paranoia of the people, the planting of evidence by the rulers and the vilification of the Witcher by the public, Witchers went from heroes who slaughtered monsters to bloodthirsty butchers and emotionless liars. You know, people tend to fear and hate things that are more powerful than they are, and will put all sorts of bad names on them to justify their hatred. As for whether or not you're really what they say you are, no one cares about that.
Okay, so I have gone through every dialogue option. Let's see if she tells me about herself.
Do I have something on my face? Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's just focus on what we're doing. Okay?
Okay, so no progression when it comes to that. What time is it? It's 12. Let's get some
People
sleep.
have very weird customs in this world.
The last of them.
I'm disappointed.
Who is on fire right now? That's Ciri. She'll be fine.
What was that?
I gotta get this Daedra book. As long as it's in my inventory.
Killing you is effortless! I can knock you down with one hand! Do you want to talk to me?
Not really.
Everything all right?
Yes. Okay, but now we got some dragon plate armor.
A new day of adventure awaits.
Okay.
Don't
so
be imprisoned by the so-called limits.
I think we have a dialogue
Yes?
option.
What do you want talking about? Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about?
Ciri, would you like to tell me more about yourself?
Well, it looks like you're really interested about me. Okay, what do you want to know?
I'm curious about who you are, and my instincts tell me that you have more powers than just a Witcher can have.
Okay, but please don't be too surprised. I know you probably won't believe me. I am the royal daughter of the Nilfgaardian Empire, princess and sole heir of Sintra, one of the rightful heirs of Ard Skellig and Skellig, and the holder of numerous duchess titles and lordships, though I care for none of them. You're probably confused. Let's just say I'm one of the highest-ranking nobles in my world. But more importantly, I am known as the Lady of Space and Time. The Elder blood flows through my veins. It gave me the ability to travel through time and worlds, but also got me involved in countless conspiracies, and took the lives of those people around me. I know this may be hard for you to understand, but it has taken away far more from me than it has brought to me. I'm sorry I didn't tell you this from the beginning. I just wasn't sure you could be trusted.
That's fine. It's just that I didn't realize you had so much on your shoulders.
Honestly, if it wasn't for this, I'd probably just stay in a castle and be a good princess and marry some smug nobleman. But I'm not sorry about this. I'm not the type that wants to spend my life in a castle. It's these experiences that have made me who I am, made me grow, made me strong, and made me free. Also made me live such an interesting and adventurous life, isn't it? Thank you for being willing to listen to me about this, even though you asked first. Anyway, let's get back on the road.
Alright, so there is another additional dialogue which takes a couple more days to get, in-game days.
I feel
I'm
like I don't
currently
get enough sleep.
about to be on hour 3 of this playthrough. And that was a lot. Let's see
Yeah?
if she has anything new. No, nothing popped up. So I don't know if this is the end of it or if there's more to this. I know it's a work in progress mod, but that's where we're at right now on our third, well, I think it's our 4th day playthrough with Ciri. Alright, so after I lost her, I went back and got her. I don't know where she goes when you dismiss her. I'm assuming Riverwood, but I could be mistaken. So for the time being,
Let's
we
have
got
a
some more
chat.
dialogue. So let's have a chat. Let's see.
I have to say that life in Skyrim is so difficult, and also so simple. Uh-huh. What do you want to talk about? Okay, what do you want to know?
Tell me more about your childhood.
I was born in Skellige, an island country. My grandfather was the king's brother there, and my grandmother was the queen of other country, which called Sintra. My parents died before I can remember. My grandmother raised me, so I spent most of my childhood in these two places. It was one of the few happy times in my life. But when I was 11, everything changed. I was forced to marry a prince from another country for political reasons. But I escaped, and blundered into Dryad's territory. And it was there that I first met Geralt. I drank the water of Brokilon in there, which should transform people to a Dryad. But it had no effect on me. The following year, the Nilfgaardian Empire invaded Sintra. My grandmother was killed in battle, and I lost all my family, my country. I was running for my life in a sea of fire. And Nilfgaardian knights kidnapped me and killed everyone who protected me. Since then, that knight wearing black armor has become a nightmare I can't escape. I seized the opportunity to escape from the night, and wandered for a fortnight in the wilderness, starving and escaping from chase. Then later, I wandered with a group of refugees for a month, and was eventually adopted by a kind woman. I lived in she's home for most of the year, helping to plough the land and tend to the animals. As fate would have it, Geralt saved the life of the farmer's husband who adopted me, and he promised Geralt a reward in the form of Law of Surprise. And when he returned home, he was surprised to find that his wife had adopted a girl. Me. And this time, faced with me who no longer have any family, Geralt accepted the fate, and brought me back to Kaer Morhen. A really twisted story, isn't it? That's enough for today. We'll talk about the rest another time.
So now with that being said, I'm just going to assume that there's more to this and it's just going to keep getting better and better, I guess. So, I really like everything that I see right now. Look at that. We're level 12. And we'll go with some heavy armor. So we're going in the right direction of the build I'm looking to do. Just a straight up warrior. So, love it. Let's save it here. on my honest playthrough. Got me the dragon armor, which you honestly can't complain about that. It looks really cool.
How did you sleep last night?
But from Ciri, from Takata, from Zora, and from me. I'll see you guys in the next one.